Hey all, Freya here. So, I see a lot of beginner artists, or artists who are new to digital art, struggle with the various softwares. I noticed that's usually because they haven't learned one of the fundamentals of doing digital art, and that's layer management. With that being said, if you are one of those artists, let me show you two methods that will make your little journey a lot less stressful. But first, let me show you some basics. I'm using Clip Studio here, but as a general rule of thumb, this is the structure you should be using for your layers. You have your background, your colors, and your line art. Note the order. The background is at the bottom, and your line art is at the top. This is important. Anything on the layers on top will cover anything on the layers underneath. Now that you know this, let's have a look at those layer management techniques I mentioned. Layer clipping is simple in concept. You're telling the software that you don't want anything on the clipped layers to go outside your designated area. To do this, you need to make a mask or a template for the software to refer to. Just fill in the area you want to work on with any solid color. Like I have here, make sure it's on its own layer. Next, you make a new layer above that template, and then you clip it to the one below it. Most software can do this, but I won't list how to do it in all of them here. This part of the process is usually known as flat. Ideally, you want to keep all the different elements on separate layers, but as you can see, they're very quickly building up. Admittedly, loads of layers can get really confusing, even for experienced artists. To get around this logistical nightmare, you can use folders. In fact, use them. They're there. You can also clip entire folders to your template or to your mask, though I don't know if you can do this in other software. And don't worry if you use the old multiply method for shading. If you put all your flats in a folder, you can still do that. So long as it's clipped, you can clip everything else above it too. Layer masking works in a similar way to layer clipping, but it works from a top-down structure rather than a bottom-up. This is because you're hiding the data outside of the mask. Artists who do traditional airbrushing are likely to be familiar with this concept. To do this, just like layer clipping, you need a template to start with. Then select it with your preferred method. Here I just hold Ctrl, then I click the layer preview. Make a folder ideally, and then use your software's method to create a layer mask. You should see a black and white icon appear next to your folder. A note about layer masks. Everything shown in black will be hidden to you. Everything shown in white will show through. You can also draw on these masks to edit them, but make sure to keep it in solid black or white. You can use grey tones on them, but that's getting into really complicated territory. And don't forget, you can use masks on individual layers too. Essentially, this is all I can teach about layer clipping and layer masks. As you find yourselves becoming more experienced and more ambitious with your projects with more and more elements, you're more than likely going to find yourselves combining the two methods. I certainly know I do a lot. I hope this helps anyone who was struggling with the layer management system, or has given you ideas into how to improve your own. If you have any questions, don't hesitate, put them in the comments below and I'll get to you, or someone else will probably answer you if they can. And if you have your own layer management system, feel free to let me know in the comments, I'm curious to see. In the meantime, take care of yourselves. Make sure to subscribe for more time-lapse videos and possibly more tips and tutorials in the future if you're curious. Bye!